Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. We're going to start the night out with the passing of the gavel ceremony. I'd like to take this time to introduce you to your new sitting president of the Bossier Parish School Board, Mr. Eric Newman. Mr. Newman, on behalf of the citizens of Bossier Parish and the school board of Bossier Parish, I would like to present to you the gavel, and congratulations and good luck.
Thanks, sir. Before we move on, just want to take a moment to say a few words, nothing official, very informal. It's like I told Jennifer earlier. I'd like to thank everyone for being here this evening. It is an honor to represent this board and continue the legacy that we have of a very well-functioning board that looks to increase the educational experience of every student and the employment experience of every employee that we have here in the parish. I would like to specifically recognize my family that's here. I'd like to start off with my wife, Tiffany. She's in the crowd here, and she can wave. She's not going to. So she is an educator at now Parkway High School. I have my daughter, Shelby, who is a Bossier Parish Schools product and is going into her 4th year of med school, so hopefully she'll be Dr. Shelby this time next year. My son, I think, is watching on YouTube. He just finished football practice. He is a football player down at Northwestern, was not able to make it. Then also have my mother, Gail Newman Walker. She was an educator for 30 plus years, her husband Mike, and then my sister was here earlier. There she is in the back. She is just a recent retired educator. Last year was her 1st year of retirement, so she's enjoying that 2nd year. So thank them for their support. Thank you for your support as well, and to my board colleagues, thank you for your support and trust in me to continue leadership of this board that actually leads itself. I'm just the one that manages the meetings at this point. So that is all I have at this moment, but I'd also like to introduce our Vice President, Miss Sherry Poole.
Thank you. Such an honor and a privilege to serve, and I'm very thankful for this opportunity and the confidence of the board members to elect me to this position. And I just have to say, on this day, my mom and dad are not with us, but I know where they're at, and I know they would be very proud. My mother was a retired teacher, and she would be here. Both of them would be if we hadn't lost them a few years ago. But just thinking about my parents today and how proud they would be. And they were the greatest example to me in my life and always taught me to put God first. So yeah, I think if we do all that in our decisions, then we come out okay. So anyway, thank you for the opportunity. And I've got my family here, my sister Jean, and my husband Mike, and my niece Lauren, and all the babies that are my babies. So thank y'all for being here. Lots of friends too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Poole. We will now begin our meeting officially. All right, welcome to the Thursday, July 17th, 2025 regular session of the Bossier Parish School Board. We will start out with a prayer by Mr. Logan McConaughey, and followed by our Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Eric Faulting. But before we do that, I want to allow Superintendent Rowland for any special prayer requests and comments.
Thank you, President Newman and Vice President Poole. Good to see you guys. Good to see our board back tonight. It's been a minute since we've been together, so thank you guys for your patience and your time, and good to see a full room tonight. I do have several prayer requests I want to mention to you before Mr. McConaughey brings up prayer. First of all, we want to continue to remember Miss Tanya Arnold, Halton High School teacher battling ALS. Also new to our prayer list tonight, Coach Gloria Williams. She was to be recognized tonight, but she's in the hospital. Her sickle cell is flared up on her. And then we have just tons of our dear employees that are battling cancer. New to the list tonight is Mr. Jimmy Ford, works for our transportation department, battling colon cancer. Continue to remember Huey Johnson, works with Mr. Thompson in our technology department. Two Halton High teachers, Miss Heather Valentine, Miss Danielle Bryant, I want to continue to remember and pray for Miss Vicki Thrash, mother of our principal at Benton High, Miss Whitney Clark, also Benton High counselor, Miss Beth Gephardt, Kerr cafeteria worker, Miss Bernadine Taylor, Plantation Park Secretary Tracy Bamberg, and certainly we want to remember Miss Alexis Tasby, a Plantation Park teacher. Mr. President, that's all we have.
Thank you. Mr. McConnell?
You would please bow your head. Heavenly Father, we thank you today. We thank you for the opportunity to serve in a great community. We thank you for our new leadership. We pray that you lead, guide them, and direct them in all ways. We look forward to the upcoming school year. We pray for our students, our faculties, our teachers, and everyone involved. Lord, we pray that this be an institution and a community that puts you at the forefront of all we do. And we thank you for the blessings you bestowed upon our community and our school systems. Be with us tonight. Lead us and direct us in all our things. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. As they walk out, I was remiss to recognize some colleagues and friends. We have Mr. Shane Cheatham from the Governor's Office, Mr. Keith Sutton from the Police Jury, and our City Council President, Mr. Chris Smith, had left right out that, but I wanted to recognize those community members for attending tonight as well. Moving on, agenda item 1.03, approval of the minutes of the regular session of the board for June 12th, 2025. I have a motion by Mr. Wiggins and a second by Mr. Bertrand. Please vote. Board members, at this time, we need to vote to remove an agenda item for Ms. Gloria Williams, who was going to be recognized tonight, as you heard Mr. Rowland speak on her behalf. Can I entertain a motion for 2.01 to be removed from tonight's agenda? Got a motion by Mr. Faulting, a second by Mr. Bertrand. Please vote. Thank you very much. And moving on, 1.04, approval of the agenda for the regular session of the board for July 17th, 2025. So moved. Second. I have a motion by Ms. Brotherton and a second by Mr. Faulting. Please vote. All right, motion passes. All right, thank you. All right, moving on to recognitions and presentations. At this time, agenda item 2.02, presentation, newly appointed administrators, presented by Jason Rowland, Superintendent.
Thank you, President Newman, and boy, we're excited about, we have two appointees to present to you tonight. Going to ask Ms. Howe and Mr. Bates to assist here as our appointees come down front. So first of all, I want to introduce to our crowd tonight, this first appointee has been an educator for 20 years. She began her career in 2006 as a part-time adjunct instructor. She's a graduate of Halton High School in 1997. And then she went to Louisiana Tech, where she graduated from there in 2002 with a bachelor's in computer information systems and analysis. In 2008, she completed her master's and later completed an alt-cert program with I Teach Louisiana. In 2016, she started her secondary teaching career as a business teacher at Russian Middle and later moved to Butler Educational Complex to lead the HiSET program. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you, and please help me congratulate our new assistant principal at Russian Middle School, Miss Crystal Marshall.
Hello. Thank you to our superintendent, Mr. Rowland. Thank you, President of the Board, Mr. Newman, and all the board members. This is quite an honor and a privilege to be standing before you. I want to say thank you to my family and friends who are here to support me during this amazing moment. I want to give a special thank you to my regional principal who hired me into Bossier Schools back in 2015, Mr. Lorenzo Baker. I've learned a lot when I started at Russian back in 2015, and I'm full circle back at Russian Middle School. I want to give a special thank you to Mr. Beggs, my new principal, who seems to lead with fire, and I absolutely love it. I've been introduced to two amazing APs that I am excited to work alongside, and I know when you have a great team, nothing is impossible. So go Rams. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Marshall. Our next appointee we want to present to you tonight. This gentleman is a graduate from Ouachita Baptist University, continued his education and received his master's degree from Arkansas State University. He has taught and coached at several schools, including Bastrop High School, North DeSoto High School, and Belton High School in Belton, Texas. He started his career teaching and coaching in 2001, and in 2011, he joined the Airline High School staff, where he taught and coached many different sports. In 2020, he became a part of the Airline High School leadership team as an assistant principal. In fact, he was awarded this past year the Bossier Association of School Leaders Assistant Principal of the Year for 24-25. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce the new principal at Airline High School, Mr. Seth Stoll.
I got a lot of thank yous, so bear with me, please. Thank you to Superintendent Rowland, President Newman, members of the board, Ms. Howe, Ms. Spinney, Mr. Bates. I want to thank the Lord who guides my steps. I want to thank my wife, Stephanie, for her support throughout the years, Emma, Judson, and Lily, my 3 children. I want to thank my parents, my mom and my dad. My mom, who had high academic standards for us growing up. My dad, who taught us a great work ethic. Being a pastor's son and him being a pastor, you know, everybody in the community knows you. And so when anybody needed something done, he was always signing us up for the worst jobs you could think of. You know, hey, Pastor, I got an acre of pine straw that needs raking, and I got 2 boys over there, they need something to do. But through that, he taught us hard work and how to do the job and how to do the job right, whether you got paid $1 or you got paid $100. And I appreciate that. Thankful for my brothers and sisters who are all here tonight. I appreciate and thank Mr. Rowland and Coach Meeks for giving me an opportunity in 2011 to come to Airline. I thank Coach Coker, who poured into me as a young coach and invested in me. I thank Coach James, who gave me an opportunity in administration. I thank our administrative team, who has supported me in these first few days and come together, organizing, working on a plan. I thank the airline faculty and staff for their support. I thank Chaplain Jimmy for his friendship and countless others. I got a lot of family here. I appreciate you all being here tonight. I know the expectations are high. We know the expectations are high. We understand them and we embrace them. We will have high standards for our staff and our students. We will challenge because through challenges, we know there is growth. We will learn that we can do difficult things. We will emphasize our core values of trust, care, and commitment, trusting in the process of hard work, caring about ourselves, caring about others, caring about our school, caring about our community, and a commitment to giving our best effort day in and day out. We're not going to live in reality. We're going to shoot for the moon. TCC, let's go to work.
All right. Thank you, Superintendent Rowland. Congratulations to our new administrators. While we're on the topic of recognitions and presentations, I would like to let everybody in the crowd know about our very own superintendent, Mr. Jason Rowland. Next week, we'll be traveling to Washington, D.C., and will receive an award for a top 25 superintendents to watch from the National Public Relations Association. So we want to congratulate him on his recognition, and he has done a fine job leading this district over the last couple of years. So if you would please join me in giving him a round of applause. All right, so that concludes the fun part of the meeting right now. We have some business to conduct. We're going to interview a candidate for District 7, and then we'll get into the actual business of the board. So we invite you all to stay, but at the same time, we know some of you might want to go grab dinner. So at this time, we're going to give you about 30 seconds to a minute if you'd like to get up and leave. If not, you're in it for the long haul, and you're welcome to stay. But go ahead if you'd like to step out right now. Good. All right. Thank you for everyone that decided to stay and learn what we do here at the board meeting. Now, we're going to move on to request updates and reports. Agenda item 3.01, with the departure of former President Creighton Cochran, District 7 board member, we will be conducting interviews as a board for his replacement until the next election. Board members, you received a messaging earlier today about that process. You also have a resume in front of you. We will conduct these interviews. We'll call the candidates up to the interview table for their interview. They'll be given 3 minutes for an opening statement. Then we will go around the horseshoe, left to right, asking questions if you wish. If you do not want to ask a question, it's okay. Do not feel obligated. We'll give our candidate 2 to 3 minutes to answer each question, and then we'll go on from there. So we have candidate Mr. Rafe Jordan. Mr. Jordan, if you would please come forward, introduce yourself to the board, and the floor is yours for about 2 to 3 minutes opening statement.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you guys, giving me the opportunity, looking at my application, and, look forward to getting up there with you guys. A little bit about myself. I'm from Bossier City, 58. I've lived here for, I think, it's 56 years, but I think I put on my resume 54, so I was cheating myself 2 years. So, been here for that long. I'm a student and a graduate from the Bossier system. I did the Kerr, Rush, and Bossier thing. I'm a parent of the system with my son going the Apollo Green Acres airline route, and my wife was an educator at Plantation Park for 30 years, and same school, and she only changed classrooms once. So that was, from the spouse side of it, that was really good, only having to move her one time. Like I said, from here, after I graduated high school, I moved to Monroe for my college degree. I graduated in marketing and moved back over here and worked at Louisiana Downs for 22 years and basically wore every hat that you can imagine out there. and did just about everything out there except call a race or ride a horse. So, and I was, sat on many boards, I sat on many committees. I was on the team committee that passed the slot bill allowing, Louisiana racetracks to operate slot machines in the tracks. And a portion of that bill and a portion of that money supported the B fund through the school boards and stuff. So, like I said, involved in, just, practically everything out there. Sit on boards with, the city for festivals and Super Derby and Christmas in the Sky and all the things we had going on out there for years and years. Worked on the transition with the sale and, when the property got sold. And then from there, I left there probably mid-2000s and kind of took a little time off and went to work for a company over in Shreveport, Tico Safety, which is a, law enforcement, first responders business. And I bought the business about 11 years ago. So I'm still there, location in Shreveport. I have another one in Benton, Arkansas. And we serve, all the first responders, police, fire, sheriff, DAs, just everybody from, all of Louisiana, all Arkansas, East Texas, head to toe, bumper to bumper. So I'm married, like I said, my wife, she's here. Like I said, recently retired from, the school system. I think in 21 she got out of there, and then my son is here. He graduated in 17. So
Okay.
that's kind of it in a nutshell.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was the timer going off and it automatically cut your mic.
I figured that.
Yeah, so sorry about that. But in all sincerity, we appreciate your interest in public service and serving with the board. So at this time, I will start with Ms. Brotherton over here on my left. And each board member has the opportunity to ask you a question. 2 to 3 minutes to respond. You'll probably see the timer up on the screen, and when your mic cuts off, it's just part of the timer process, but feel free to finish your thought on that. Ms. Brotherton?
Welcome, Mr. Jordan.
How are you?
Haven't had the chance to meet you yet, but welcome.
Thank you.
I look forward to getting to know you. I guess my question would be, why? Why do you want to be on the school board? What do you see that you can bring to us?
Well, I've been approached by, getting on the board, several times over the years. Never, really had the time, didn't, know that kind of stuff. Like I said, I kind of come from, a deep background with the education system, not only with my family, but I've had lots of ties through, teachers, principals, admin people, over the years, lots of old school folks and stuff like that. And, I did a lot of, committees and board stuff over the years and been out of it for a while. And, just thought I could get back in it and the opportunity to do it, come up, and so here we are.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Mr. McConaughey?
Hey, Mr. Jordan, I was not in your seat not long ago, so I know exactly how you feel right now. I guess my question would be, is the question that I realized when I did it, is there one thing in particular that excites you about the opportunity that kind of is your driving force behind it? Because I know for me, there were people that, I know for a fact that I knew there were some things that I brought to the table that could be beneficial. And I don't know if there's something that's kind of like your driving force for really wanting to be on the school board.
Well, like I said, I've done a lot of the stuff, been in boards and stuff like that, and kind of understand how they work. It's, you kind of represent the people that you're covering for the districts or things like that. And just based on what I've done in the past, I think I can, come in and, just, learn the things that I don't know and, take them and move forward with them, and hopefully to continue to move forward and, grow the board and do things for the community, do things for the school system.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Mr. Bullard?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Jordan, through your business, do you have any business or contractual relationships with the Bossier Parish school system?
We've sold to the school system. We've done things with them. And I think I spoke with Mr. Rowland at one time about, I didn't want, any of that to be a conflict. We do stuff with the sheriff's office, we do stuff with the Bossier City Police Department, we do stuff with the marshal's office, we do.
Yes, sir, but you don't serve on their
No.
boards.
No.
You'd be serving on our board.
No.
Would you expect to continue a business relationship? And if you did, would you make it fully transparent?
As far as the business we do with them, oh, absolutely.
Okay, so
Nothing to hide.
I can, along with the others, we will welcome you. I don't see much competition, so, and I assume you will run for the office in the special election. Is that accurate?
Yes, that could be accurate. I think the beautiful thing about the situation that's right here is, you get to kind of, gives you the opportunity to come in and say, if this, is it for me? Is it not for me? Get in here and do my thing and to be able to do that. And if it is, and things move forward and work out good, and, absolutely. But, it might be, y'all may get together and say, man, we need to get rid of this clown. Or, and so it's just kind of, you got to take it and run it. I think that's the beautiful part about not only for me, but for you guys too. You get to see somebody that can basically come in here for, I'm not sure when the term would be up, but say 2 years versus, 4 years. And so, if we get in here and get going and I can, do the things I need to do to help and fit in and do the things, then, it'd be a no-brainer.
Good. We will welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Poole?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Jordan, I've looked over your resume, and I've just met you for the first time right to walking into the meeting, so it's nice to meet you.
You too.
And we appreciate your interest in serving, so we do appreciate that. My question is, what do you feel that you would bring, whether it's an attribute or a characteristic or experience, that you feel that you would bring to the board in representing your constituents of your district? And how would you maintain communication with those that you're serving in your district on the school board? And how would you take that and also serve the school system? So you're representing the people in your district, but you're also serving the school district in that manner. What do you feel like you bring to value of what you do to be a board member for your district?
Well, I would say, first off, you really need to be a good listener. You gotta, you can't solve any problems if you don't know what the problem is. And so, you can, talk about, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. But, until you know what the problem is, you don't know what tool to pull out of that toolbox. A screwdriver's not gonna fix everything. And so, and as far as the, being accessible, hey, my phone rings day, night, weekends, email. I mean, you got to be accessible. I answer the phone. If I don't, I return the calls. And, just do the things you got to do that and take care of the people that you're representing. Bring their concerns and stuff to the table and see what we can do to take care of them.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to continue on down, and I'll wrap us up. So, Mr. Wiggins.
Mr. Jordan, excuse my voice, I've been a little under the weather. But experience with the heart, you mentioned helping people. That does it for me. I have no question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wiggins. Mr. Bertrand.
Thank you, President Newman. Thank you, sir, for your willingness to serve. What are your core beliefs about the role of a board member, and what are the core responsibilities that you believe for a board member?
Well, to kind of, go back to, some of Ms. Poole's questions is, you're representing somebody, you're representing people, and you got to bring the concerns and the needs and the wants of those people to the board and, try to get things done for the people you're representing on there. And, by doing that, that's what board members do, committee members do, is, take care of the people that they represent. And then, like I said, bring it to the table and, get it out there and push for it, and I hope you get it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Faulting.
Usually all the questions are asked by the time it gets to me, so everything I was going to ask is you've answered great. I just want to welcome you to the board and I hope you're committed and
Absolutely.
welcome you to the team. So.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Faulting. And just more remarks, comments. This is a very thankless job oftentimes. My encouragement to you would be to don't get discouraged. Oftentimes the complaints to compliments will be an exponential 1 to none.
I'm used to that.
But we do appreciate you stepping into the light of public service. Like you said, you have experience and background in various boards. I would like to also let you know that Bossier City Councilman Mr. Brian Hammonds gave you a glowing recommendation. Please don't hold that against me, and I won't hold that against you either in return. But we appreciate you coming forth this morning, or this afternoon rather, and spending time with us, getting us opportunity. A lot of us have done background work and learned more about you. We've had questions here. I would like to, after the Q&A, give you maybe another couple of minutes if you'd like any closing remarks, and then after that, we will excuse you from the meeting room, and then we will talk as a board and let you know.
That's fine. I mean, as far as any closing remarks, other than, thanking y'all again for, the time, seeing my application resumes, call me up here. Let's just make something happen.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jordan. So at this time, if you don't mind stepping out into the breezeway or into the foyer, and we'll send Captain Johnson out to get you here in a little bit, okay? Yeah, I got one right here. Oh, you've already, okay. All right. Moving on to our next agenda item, 3.02, considering appointing a person to fill District 7 vacancy pending election. I would like to point out to my fellow board members, this election that was referred to will be in April of 2026. Then it will also turn around and be with the normal or standard election, regular election in November of 2026 as well. So if we choose Mr. Jordan, he will be with us until April for that election, and then everybody also knows, those of you that will remain and not term out, there will be another election in November as well, okay? So at this time, everybody should have a ballot. If you've already filled it out and passed it in, great. Please circle your selection. If there is a desire not to have Mr. Jordan, just put none. Otherwise, just put Mr. Jordan's name down. Pass those in to Superintendent Rowland and myself, and we'll call Mr. Jordan back in. But before I call him back in, do I have any comments from the board? No? Everybody good? We don't have to have public comment, do we? All right. So, Captain, you want to bring him back in? Yep. Mr. Jordan, that was a little short. I probably should have just told you to stand by the door rather than that. So we, per policy and the way we have to do this for the minutes, we will read out the names and the ballots into the minutes, and then go on from there. So Vote for Mr. Jordan from Miss Billy Jo Brotherton. Vote for Mr. Jordan from Mr. Glenn Bullard. Vote for Mr. Jordan from Miss Sherry Poole. Vote for Mr. Jordan, Mr. Eric Newman. Mr. Jordan by Mr. Logan McConaughey. Mr. Jordan by Mr. Kenneth Wiggins. Mr. Jordan by Mr. Robert Bertrand. Mr. Jordan by Mr. Eric Faulting. Mr. Jordan, welcome to the Bossier Parish School Board.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just to kind of some logistics information, so you will actually be sworn in at our next board meeting on August the 7th, but it will be commissioned back to tonight's meeting on July 17th. So officially, pomp and circumstance-wise, on August 7th, so please bring family members, anybody you'd like to recognize and that you'd like to experience that with you, and then we'll do that on August 7th, but when you're sworn in, your paperwork will actually reflect tonight being July 17th. So thank you again, and
Thank y'all.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So you are welcome to stay in the meeting. Unfortunately, we can't have you up here, but we encourage you to hang out in the crowd, and we'll continue on with our regular board business, okay?
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
All right.
Good job.
Do we need to turn those in?
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we move on, I would like to recognize any of our students from Bossier Youth Leadership. I think we had some come in. I forgot that started in the summertime. So with our BYL students, you do get to stand up and say your name and your school that you attend and represent. And then at the end of the meeting, if you would find any board member, we'll be more than happy to sign off on your slip so you get credit for attendance. So if our BYL students would please stand up and recognize themselves. Oh, wow, we got a good crowd tonight. I tell you what, let's start in the back, my back right, your back left with the young man there. We'll start there. All right. Ma'am? Okay. 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 All right, welcome, and thank you for your participation. Yeah, that's a good crowd. We got to give the credit to the chamber for that. All right, as we move forward, agenda item 3.03, request approval of reinsurance renewal for group health plan presented by Mr. Jason Allman, Allman Group Incorporated. Mr. Allman.
Thank you, President Newman. Today we're talking about the reinsurance policy for the group health plan. This policy, the school board holds the first $400,000 on claims for all members. It's been with BCS since 2021. 2021, BCS was almost $1 million less than the renewal from the prior carrier, and it was $380,000 less than the nearest competitor at that point. So we moved to them at that point. We were actually saved $100,000 off of what the cost was in 2020 to move to BCS. We worked with them on a renewal for 2022. We got a 4% increase. 23, we got a 2.7% reduction. Also in 2023, we added a experience refund rider. They were willing to do that based on the experience so that we would get money back in a favorable year. And so far this year, we've received back $185,000 for premium from 2023, and through June, or through the end of June, we're looking at a sizable refund for 2024 as well. So all in all, it's been nominal increases each year. They've been willing to work with us this year. It's a 4% increase in premium. That brings the premium up $66,000 this year. Again, we've just got back $185,000 from them at the end of June. We're looking at another 200 with them. They are adding, they maintain the experience refund rider, and also now they're adding a no new laser guarantee. So in a renewal, they can't come and put a higher deductible on somebody based on an ongoing medical condition. And we've dealt with lasers in the past when they were in our favor. But this way, it caps it at no more than a 50% increase to the rates, to the reinsurance premium. And it sounds like a lot of money, that's $850,000. But with some of the technology now and some of the medications costing millions of dollars, it can change overnight. And so this is an added protection to the plan. They can't increase rates or add any lasers more than a 50% cap. So they couldn't issue multiple lasers that would get above that. They couldn't issue, and when we look at a laser, the amount between the $400,000 deductible we hold and whatever they put on them is the additional liability, which is truly a function of premium. So all that would be capped at that 50%. So my recommendation is to accept the renewal from BCS for the 4% increase and move forward at the $400,000 deductible.
Thank you, Mr. Allman. Any motions or questions, comments from the board? Mr. Bullard.
As presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Bullard, a second by Mr. Bertrand. Do we have to do public comment? Please vote. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Allman. All right, agenda item 3.05, update, discussion only. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, 3.04, request permission to bid out Egg Whip Program Administration, presented by Ms. Nisha Bamberg, CFO. Ms. Bamberg.
Good evening, President Newman. Tonight, we are asking y'all's permission to go out for bid for the administrator for our Egg Whip program. As y'all know, the Egg Whip program is our self-funded Medicare Part D program. We last bid it in 2020 with an effective date of January 2021. We have not bid it since that time. And so we would really like to go out for bid again to make sure that we're making the best possible option for our retirees as well as for the district as a whole. So that's what we're asking permission for tonight.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bamberg. I'll entertain motions. I have a motion by Mr. McConaughey and a second by Mr. Bertrand. Please vote. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Bamberg.
Thank you.
Agenda item 3.05, update, discussion only, April 2025 financial statements presented by Ms. Nisha Bamberg, CFO.
These have been presented for your review, and the floor is open if you have any questions, or y'all are welcome to reach out to me.
Any questions for Ms. Bamberg at this time? All right, thank you, Ms. Bamberg.
Thank you.
All right, 3.06, request permission to issue solicitations for technology supplies and equipment presented by Ms. Carrie Douglas, Chief Procurement Officer.
Good evening, President Newman, Superintendent Rowland, members of the board. We currently have a technology contract in place that's used throughout the district for just about every technology need we have. This contract is going to expire in November, and with your approval, I'd like to issue a new solicitation to seek proposals to review and consider for a new technology contract. And as with all solicitations, I'll bring those back before the board for a formal award.
This is for everything from computers to keyboards and iPads and everything, right?
Yes. Well, not really computers such as like what our students use, Chromebooks, laptops, that sort of thing, but pretty much anything else that you can think of.
Okay.
It's what's in a catalog, it's probably going to be that.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bullard.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Douglas, does this include software?
It does not normally include software, no.
Thank you.
Okay. I have a motion by Mr. Faulting and a second by Ms. Brotherton. Please vote. Motion passes. All right, Ms. Douglas, I hope you got your comfortable shoes on, because
I'm
I think you're going to be here
comfortable.
for a few
I'm gonna
minutes.
be here for a
3.07, request permission to issue solicitations for Cat 2 E-rate supplies and services, presented by Ms. Carrie Douglas.
All right, so this request is related to the expenditure or the funds that we receive for our Category 2 E-rate, which is your connection components and hardware. We want to issue a solicitation, receive proposals, review, score, and present those back to the board for formal award.
Motion by Mr. Bertrand, second by Mr. Bullard. Please vote. Motion passes. 3.08, request approval of solicitation award RFP 26-01, food and related supplies for the 25-26 school year, presented by Ms. Douglas.
All right, so we received multiple responses to our request for all things needed to run our cafeterias for the upcoming school year. Staff reviewed, evaluated each proposal that we received, which was 14, and after reviewing those and compiling those, we're presenting the bid tabulation before you and asking for award as detailed within that bid tab.
Okay. Mr. Bullard.
Ms. Douglas,
Yes, sir.
there's been quite a bit of talk, comments in the media about the Department of Education, student meals, child nutrition, what have you. I know you're working under the latest available criteria. Are you comfortable we'll be able to utilize what we're bidding right now, or have you had any indication if we may be revisiting these items in a few months or?
I really think that our vendors feel comfortable with what they presented to us. They're not really seeing any kind of volatility, and they're not really thinking that there's going to be any future volatility. And so we just kind of go forward with that in mind and hope that things will work out. Now, as far as like funding for the National School Lunch Program, I'm not sure if that's going to be affected in any way. Ms. Bamberg may have some additional information on that. Do you want to speak?
Some of the information that you're seeing is some standard changes as far as the nutritional guidelines. As far as those, we have evaluated those. We don't see anything happening this school year on those significant changes in some of the nutritional guidelines. And so we're anticipating that for future, but as far as for this school year, we're not anticipating those changes. Funding, we're not seeing anything specific to this program as far as the funding cuts to this particular program itself. Now, of course, that can change at any point, but I don't anticipate any problems with these particular bids for this particular school year. Yes, sir.
I'm sure the two of you are on top of it. I guess it's more just to calm my concerns. So thank you both. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, I think we need a motion and a second. Okay, motion by Mr. Faulting, second by Ms. Brotherton. Please vote. Motion passes. 3.09, request authorization for the Chief Procurement Officer to execute a cooperative purchasing agreement, piggyback, with Caddo Parish School Board for the purchase of fuel, presented by Ms. Douglas.
So our previous fuel contract ended on June 30th, and that contract was in cooperation with Caddo Parish Schools. Caddo Parish, again, acted as the lead agency in soliciting for fuel contracts, and they did so with consideration for multiple local agencies, Bossier Schools being one of those agencies. Fuelman was again awarded the contract for the next, I think it's a 3-year term, it's going to go through 2028. And so we received the contract information from Caddo Parish, we reviewed it, I've spoke with staff here about their experience with Fuelman, and we feel comfortable and confident in adopting this contract for our fuel for the next 3 years.
Okay. I have a question. Does Caddo Parish benefit in any way from us piggybacking, or is it a sheer consolidation of usage?
It is So in the RFP, so we provided Caddo what our annual estimated usage was in both diesel and gasoline. And then all the other agencies also provided their annual usage, just so that any vendor who responded would kind of know what to expect. But then there's a clause, whenever we do these cooperatives where we kind of let a vendor know multiple agencies are probably going to be interested in using this, we keep ourselves separate from each contract that is attached to this. So we would be completely separate from Caddo or from any of the other agencies, and there's no benefit or bonus back to Caddo for us using it or any other agency.
No rebates or anything like that back to the original,
Correct.
the lead
No.
entity in this?
No, they just
Okay.
really did the legwork, so we all kind of share our different, like they'll probably use the technology contract that we just are going to solicit for later.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, fair enough, thank you. Mr. Bullard?
Has that contract been approved by Caddo?
Yes.
And who was the successful bidder on it?
They awarded their contract to Fuel Man on June 5th.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I make a motion we approve.
Motion by Mr. Bullard, second by Mr. Faulting, please vote. Motion passes. Item 3.10, request authorization for the superintendent to execute contract to provide employee mental health counseling services with the Council of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse of Northwest Louisiana, DBA EAP of Louisiana, for a term of 3 years with an annual fee of $29,200, presented by Ms. Douglas.
So we have provided this service to our employees for many years prior to my term, my time coming here in 2017. Our most recent 3-year contract that we're in right now will end on July 31st, and we do wish to move forward and enter into another 3-year agreement with CADA. The contract remains unchanged, and it will be at the same terms and conditions as well as the same annual price.
Thank you, Ms. Douglas. Okay. I have a motion by Mr. Bertrand, but before we continue, I have a question by Ms. Brotherton.
So, Ms. Douglas, do we have people in our system utilizing this service?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to, yeah, good.
All right, thank you. So we have a motion by Mr. Bertrand. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bullard. Please vote. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Douglas. 3.11, request approval of trip requests.
Thank you, Mr. President. All 3 of the requests are in order.
I have a motion by Mr. Faulting and a second by Ms. Brotherton. Please vote. Motion passes. I got a 2-page agenda here, so I got to make sure I do this the right way. All right, 3.12, fellow board members, I'm going to read 312, 313, and 314, and we will group them together and vote as one time for all 3, okay? 3.12, request the board will enter into executive session pursuant to LSA RS 4217A2 to discuss the pre-suit claim involving Franklin Valdez arising out of a school bus incident occurring on or about April 27, 2024 in Irving, Texas. We will also enter into executive session pursuant to the same statutes, LSA RS 4217A2, to discuss the matter styled Sesson P. Wooten individually and on behalf of her minor child Thomas Baylor Ledbetter versus Chase Cox, Bossier Parish School Board, and Zurich American Insurance Company, docket number 171582 in the 26th District Court, Bossier Parish, Louisiana. And 314, request the board will enter into executive session pursuant to LSA RS 4217A2 to discuss a pre-suit claim involving a special education student at Houghton Middle School arising out of an incident occurring on November 4th, 2024. Board members, we will vote need a motion, and when we vote, this will be for all 3 executive sessions at one time. I have a motion by Mr. Bullard and a second by Mr. Faulting. Please vote. Motion passes. BYL students, this might take a few minutes, and the auditorium's going to be empty. You're welcome to stay, but if you would like anybody to sign your paperwork on our way out, please meet us at the door, and we will be in executive session and then come back in to finish up.